Hello, everybody. It's a Thursday night. My name is Tanisha Simpkins. Welcome to the Table Talk radio show. Tonight, I'm just doing a special talk that's called Let's Chat. Let's Chat. I have a couple of friends who will join me, a couple girlfriends, that is. Yeah, you can say it's a girls' night. A girls' night out early enough before you guys can watch any games that come on a Monday night. So I was very strategic, okay, about the time. But I want to go ahead and welcome one of the guests here. Her name is Crystal Chanel. Crystal Chanel is from Press Release Marketing. If you're familiar with the South Florida area, everyone knows Crystal. She's good for everything: PR, media, black media. Don't forget, she is the what you call her, hostess with the most. No, but you are a great host. You do your thing, and then when nothing is there, you make sure you add to it. Because I see you under pressure, and you're very good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and you're very good when it comes to that. So yeah, we welcome you, and I have another guest. She's coming in just a minute, but I wanted to just do this as a conversation to those who are out there, because we hear so much when it comes to the media, but we don't hear enough black media. We see them on different platforms, but we don't see them on our platforms.
That's right.
And a lot of our platforms right now are on the internet or podcasts and all these different things, and those things actually they matter, that they there so we can see them, so they can see our faces. You do media, press release, you do media. You did media with the newspaper. I do media with production and radio and a whole lot of other stuff.
Yes,
But
yes.
I don't
They
like
don't
getting laundry
understand
list.
that our job, when we be like, that's what I do and all that stuff. Marketing and PR it's stuff. We can't explain it. We just do it. It's magical. It's listen. When you know, you know. And when you don't know, you find out later.
Absolutely. So I gotten to the point where they say I just say I'm a publisher of media and entertainment. That should answer everything, to me. Media and entertainment. Then they say, well, do you write? Well, that's media. Well, do you do this? Well, that's entertainment. So I try to, break it there, because if not, people get confused sometimes. They say, well, you do so much, you're all over. No, I'm not all over the place. Let's get that right. I do what I do. I do what I just told you.
Exactly. You just don't understand it, but you need to, because that's the glue to making sure your business or your brand is visible and relevant and popping. That's why I love talking to you, because some things just go without saying, but it's so much fun. I'm like, yes, honey, yes. I'm looking down because I'm sharing this, because I got a feeling that this is going to be an incredible conversation, and I wish that other people would be a part of it, because I know you're gonna break it down and get into it, but I'm hurting too behind Breonna Taylor, and then I'm happy because business is going well, and it's just a ball of emotion that Black women are feeling right now. And so I was like, "Girl, yes, let's chat. I'm here. I'm present."
Absolutely, and I'm glad that you here and that you're present. I was trying to hold off on the conversation. I wanted for Zakai to
Hold
jump
on.
in. Wanted her to jump in, and I wanted those who are out there, give us some likes, give us some questions. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? It's an open conversation, a candid conversation. I kind of knew what people would be open to open conversation, a candid conversation, because I knew you guys you could talk. Hey Zakaya, how are you?
Did you know this?
No idea.
Oh yeah, you didn't know. No, you didn't know.
No idea.
Because I
Look,
invited a few. Well, I
all
got
I
the
can
right
say,
people to join me in conversation.
Crystal, all I can say is we don't ever know, but I guess a higher power knows. That's all I can say.
Me and Z been texting
Absolutely.
for the past few days, honey, and we hadn't talked in a while because of life. But we love each other. This is my sister. We have the same birthday, but we've been talking for the past couple days heavy, and I just been feeling her hugs through the phone, and to see her is like a blessing from God. So I just told Tanisha, I said, I know tonight gonna be a conversation that's good, but I didn't know you were coming on. Oh, they getting their life tonight, baby. Shout out to everybody that's gonna tune in and watch us. Y'all better grab a pen and paper.
Oh, wow.
Bosses is on the line.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Awesome. Yeah, so I was saying, Zakiya, that we're gonna Zakiya.
Zakiya.
Okay.
That's why I didn't know who she was talking about. Because the whole time she kept saying this name. But in the back of my mind, just a little bit, I said, what is she talking about, Zakiya? Because that name is crazy. But I love her. I love Tanisha. You know what I mean? And so when I saw you, I was like, God, you're funny.
Exactly. Girl.
Well, I'm glad. So I was telling Crystal Chanel, because she has it together there. So I'll say the whole thing. Crystal Chanel, that we're just going to be just candidly conversation. And I knew which people to choose for the candid conversation, because I know you girls not only keep it real, but you're informative and you know what's going on, and you're a part of media. You know, I was saying Black media, and we need to see Black media that's out there, especially us out there, show people that we're here, that we have something to say. You know, we're not on CBS or all these other stations, but we're very relevant when it comes to social media. We're on Facebook, the YouTubes, the Instagrams, and all that, and we have followers. We also have organizations that we're a part of. I know, Zakiya, that you're a part of. Say it, because I'm about to say it wrong. Global Girl or Global.
Girl Talk Global.
Girl Talk Global. And you guys are growing. You know, and Chanel does a lot of different things, and I seen her trying to get herself in the community there that she's a part of now. I don't know if she'll be staying there for a long time, but over in Portland, I want to talk about that you're being there, the atmosphere, because the atmosphere is for the last months. It hasn't died down. For the last month, it's been tense.
Yeah, it's incredible.
They did what now?
I said they're not playing with us. Portland is not letting up. Portland is a town that's I would say 97% white. And some people refer to it as the whitest city in America. And Bloom, you know, they just plucked me out of my Florida life and put me over here on the West Coast. And I am a sister all day in America. And I'm here, like, not only am I a sister, but I'm vibrant with it. And the ones who want to protest behind Black Lives Matter, they are so cute and pure in their hearts. They are young, they are energized, they do not understand why there is a question about our lives mattering. They love our music, they love our culture, they interdate, a lot of my friends that are white, their children are Black, like legit little Black kids. You know what I mean? And so when they get out here and say that Black Lives Matter, they are fighting with their soul. And it's a different type of fight. And I love to watch it. Like, I live in a very, very white neighborhood. And I'm not even in Portland. Portland's a city. I'm in the suburbs, in the mountains. And they have protests on the side of the street. And it'd be like 3 little white girls standing out there with their signs, talking about Black Lives Matter. And I promise you, they don't see anybody Black until they see me. And when they go crazy, they honking the horn like, we're doing this for you and our kids and our music. And they're not letting it go. And when I first started seeing the protests, I thought, oh, look at these little kids. They're going to let up. No, they're not. Because to them, these are their kids. These are their friends. This is their culture. This is all they know. They were raised under the president of Barack Obama.
Right.
So thank you for asking that, because I've been wanting to say that in a space, and there's no space where it's relevant.
I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, can you just like say that like that? Like say, I'm just around about a bunch of white people.
I don't even feel comfortable to get in the fight. And that's the crazy part about it, because it's not my fight right now. It is truly these young people's fight. And they coming from a different perspective. He's Damala. Oh my God, Damala. She's my baker and my friend out here, and she's Black. And sister can attest. You know, they are so serious about it. It's not fake. It's a little ill-informed. I
Right.
give y'all that. But
Right.
it's not fake, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. And they go through it. They get ran off the side of the road, and they get their other strong white friends that are saying, "Why are you doing this? You don't have to do this." And I've made friends with some of my white girls. You know, them my riders, and we hanging out tonight, and they gonna come to me and start talking that Black Lives Matter stuff because they need a space to vent. But I'm like, girl, you ladies, what you're doing in your service, but you don't know the half.
Right. Yeah.
The other part to it.
And guess what? It's okay about it though. It's okay that they may not know the half of it. As when they grow in life or when they decide to move, you know, somewhere else, they'll be more acceptable to brown and Black people, you know what I'm saying? And not hear the voices of their other friends that may say, don't go here, don't do that, or don't hang with that person, or because we all bleed the same color, you know, blood, but not everybody agrees with that. And, you know, this world right now, I don't know. I want to talk about Breonna Taylor. For the last, has it been about 6 months, right? About around the same time. You know, something happened. I don't want to say incident. Something happened where her and her boyfriend were home at 3 a.m., but that's the key. At 3 a.m., there was they didn't say a knock at the door because it was a no knock. I want to say invasion. You know, that's the word I would use, but you know, we do use other nice, clean words. Invasion, you know, of fire, of assuming that this was this person and whomever at 3 a.m. in the morning. As a result, this young lady died. The attorney for that state, Daniel Cameron, he came on. He said what he said, that it was self-defense. I don't know how at 3 o'clock in the morning. Knock at my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. I got a couple things in there too. You know, I even showed my daughter this the knife that we use, and when we finish going to the shooting range, just the gun that we use. You know, but as a result, that it was self-defense, and the only charge is the charge of the neighbor, not the person who was killed, but a charge of a neighbor going into the neighbor's house. So if they would have killed the neighbor, then I guess there would have been a charge. I don't know. That's the course that it went. Everyone is outraged for the fact that there was no evidence that was presented. Well, the attorney, that is Daniel Cameron, didn't present any evidence to make it go further for any type of conviction. Hello, Penny. Any type of conviction. So that's why everyone is so angry with him, as if whose side are you on? And we're not talking about side like attorney side. We're talking about brown or Black side. We're just gonna keep it real. Whose side are you on? Whose side are you on when it comes to the decency of someone's life? Not only that, but whose side are you on, knowing that this was just so disorderly, out of order? You know, that this happened. That is, and then the civil part of it, because some people seem to think that Ben Trump is a criminal lawyer. You know, he's a civil lawyer. The civil part of it is that they settled. You know, they gave them a settlement. Didn't know what the criminal would be because only he had that in his hand, and that was Daniel Cameron. And when that came out, the hearts that were broken, I think probably I'm safe to say maybe all of us, as women, you know, as a Black race, just as a race, period. You know, all of that happened was just, it left us a little exhausted. Let me go ahead. You guys can go ahead and join in.
So to be honest with you, I've been exhausted since you. But I'll be honest with you. it just I've been exhausted since then, and I have barely talked about Brianna. I have barely talked about what's the one who was killed by the officers, because I'm just exhausted, period. I'm exhausted with feeling like our lives don't matter. The system doesn't work for us. No matter what we do, we are always fighting. Like I'm tired of the fight. I'm tired of begging to be somebody in this world. I'm tired of saying we're here. We should be free. We should have the same rights. Like I'm exhausted, period. I normally talk a lot about this stuff, but what's sad about it is I didn't expect anything to happen. I didn't expect them to charge anybody. That's what's bad. You understand? Like I don't expect them to do what's right when it comes to us. I wholeheartedly believe, call me what you want to, I wholeheartedly believe that other races plan different than us. And that's how they continue to attack us, or however you want to put it. You understand? Like that's how it continues to seem like they're winning, because it seems like they plan different. If I'm making any sense.
You're making total sense, Zakia. And I think that even for me, it was like, ooh, you got some great commentary. I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in, because I just thought, I hope that Black women show up for this conversation. I shared it on my page. Please share it on y'all's page. And shout out to Tanisha for doing this and doing it timely and doing it while it's raw. We are hurting. Like I might break down and cry on this call.
Absolutely.
I'm smiling to keep from crying, because I think that the pain that we also feel is not that also that we knew nothing was going to be done. It's also like, well, then what do we do?
Right.
Like, dang, we got to link up with our sisters. We got to be caring about each other. We got to hug each other. We got to, this is some rough stuff. These people that came up in this girl house at 3 a.m. and shot her in her sleep.
Right.
Do you know how safe you feel at 3 a.m.?
Right.
You're not thinking that somebody attacking you and your man there. Do you know how comforting? And I thank God for at least that. She probably felt comforted in that moment. Her man was there. She was in her house. It was late at night. Hopefully she did not suffer, but she did not deserve this. And for them to throw $12 million on a settlement at her, it's like, we are worth so much more than that. We got to do better by each other, because look what they did. Look what happened. This is hurtful. And and I don't have kids, but I can only imagine the terror her mama will feel forever.
Yeah.
Forever. This lady will be 20 years from now thinking about how you took my baby in the middle of the night. And you're going to give me some measly.
Right.
12 million. It's not money. Make a statement.
Money. Yeah.
Talk to me. If nobody is not going to get arrested and you're going to get your monkey behind up on TV and have a press conference for hours and hours, pause for a minute and talk to me about the life that was lost. I want to see you cry. I want to see you break down. I want to see you feel what that mother felt before you tell me about any charges and that we never even heard of, wanton endangerment. Before you even go there.
Woo! I love this statement.
About this lady's life who was taken in the middle of the night. You know, wrote her off like she a press conference.
Absolutely.
There's billboards around the city, her and her life. She's on covers of magazines. She's been trending for months, and you're gonna come out here with a press conference and not mention the tragedy of her life. You deal with the foolishness that happened with the criminal justice system later. You need to address this mother, this family, this community that is in straight mourning. You did not handle none of us properly.
And it's sickening. It's sickening.
Absolutely.
It is sickening. I don't talk about politics and stuff. I try not to, but just for the first time I sat and I really listened to the man that is supposed to be the president. And when you listen to him speak, he just sounds like he's gossiping to his followers. it don't even sound like a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? It just he's just chatting. Oh well, you understand? Like he's just spewing things. Like when you listen to it, he's dropping little nuggets that continue to fuel the fire. Like he drops the nuggets and then he blames the media for it. You understand what I'm saying? That continues to fuel the fire to make it seem like we are nobody. Right. It's ridiculous. And I have not even been able to have this conversation about Rihanna because God in heaven knows the emotions behind it. Sometimes it's.
Let me tell you something. I was and I'll be honest. The last few days, it was just so much going on. When it comes to that, it puts you in a state of how you choose your friends, and you don't want to be in that state because you live in this world with everyone. How you choose the place you work at. If you're going out, or how you choose the place that you worship. You worship in a diverse setting. It makes you in some places a person called me and say, well, did these people say this to you, or did this making you feel like other people have to explain for someone else's foolishness. And I got exhausted because I try for the last months. I wasn't really talking much politics because I went to school for journalism. Wait to see what type of facts may come out. You don't want to be the gossiper, or you just say allege or attempt, or it appears to be, and all those words. And you kind of wait, and at the end there was no facts, there was no evidence, and I got sick. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And some people are, oh, I was telling somebody, I was like, I'm just exhausted. Because I have kids. I have a black daughter. What are they to think, at 16 years old, that we're in this society of like we're in the 1920s, yes sir, ma'am, let me move out the way, no, because it almost appears like they are pushing toward some type of race war. And I'm just gonna say it. Facebook, y'all don't lock me out. But that's what it's like. We want to push you towards that so we can have some type of law. Even here in South Florida, I don't know if you've seen it, Crystal Chanel, but our governor put some type of protection act that was so ridiculous and so against the things that we do and fight for. And you can't, if I say defund the police, I may get these things taken away from me, or if I'm doing this or I'm protesting, I might lose my job. All these type of things to restrict you from shutting your mouth.
That's crazy.
And it got exhausting because it's like, well, what it's just like what you said. What you want us to do? Because now you want us to be the angry
And I need to put you off, but this is why I say it just feels like they plan different. And I hate to have this conversation because I hate to have they did this to us, they did that to us, they did that to us. I hate that mentality. Right. But when you look at it, this is why it just feels like they plan different. You understand? Because how do you even think it's okay to do that stuff? How do you come up with that? You understand what I'm saying? How does that even happen? How are we even here? How? Like, that's the question I want to know that I have no answers for. And I'm just, and to be honest with you, I know this is what we need to talk about. I know it needs to be talked about. But to be honest with you, the real conversations I want to have is what the fuck we gonna do so we can fight back for real. That's really the real conversation I want to have. For real. Because I'm over the bullshit. Like, and I'm sorry for cursing because I ain't mean to do that. But I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I'm over being a victim. I'm over all of it. I just want us to come together, figure this shit out, and fight together so we can stop being. I'm over it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, but that's where it's at. And that's what people need to know. And I'm sharing this on my page. And shout out to Marie Huntley. She a soldier in these streets. I see her commenting. And that's it. It's like, all right, sisters, we just learned a very we had to lose one to learn this lesson. We can't run in circles no more. They'll kill us. And we as women, no offense to the black man, but we set up differently. Now we just seen some shit. We might be shell shocked. We might be shell shocked for a few more days. And some of us even a few more weeks because we're a sensitive group of people. But after that, like I can't have no beef with no sister. Period. Y'all ain't on that. And not just beef. I can't not be planning with you. I can't not be supporting you. I cannot, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I gotta be intentional about every dollar I spend. You're like, this shit
exactly. And that's exactly every dollar. You're right.
Oh, y'all tried it. Y'all killed us in our sleep and you tried it. You tried it like that. Okay, cool. We knew this already, but they had to take it to that level. I ain't trying to go to war with no crackers. And I don't mean that in no way, but I do mean that.
Right.
I mean, like, cracker ass, mayonnaise ass, you know who you are. Karen ass, like, you know who you are. My white sisters, they know. My brothers, they take care of me. They know I'm not talking about y'all, but you know who I'm talking about. People who killing people that's unarmed in the streets. People that's shooting up like young women's houses at night at 4 a.m. talking about it was a no knock or yes, we did announce she lost her life. Okay, ladies, we got to protect our own. We got to come together. I got to support your endeavors.
Exactly. And I'm with you with that. We have to protect our own. So my thing is, with all the black women who are in politics, my question for them is, what are you going to do? Because now you can be the persuasive voice when it comes to laws, because everything that's done now, they try to hurry up and put it into a law. They're trying to hurry up and go back to 1890 and put things into a law where there's a restriction when it comes to us, even for our finances. We'll give you this money for these HBCUs, but we want to limit exactly what you do. We want you to stay right there. You understand what I'm saying? I understand the money that's given, I understand the grants, but we really want you to stay right here because we want to separate. But guess what? I'm gonna be honest with you, to the world out there. I'm okay with that. I went to HBCU. I'm really okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with us trying to put our communities back together. I'm a part of a board now in Fort Lauderdale, the 33311, where we're trying to rebuild a community. But as we're trying to rebuild a community, you have other people trying to take the community. You understand what I mean? Like if we're here and then we move there, then you take here, then you say, okay, that looks good. So then you take there. So where are you trying to put us at? It's just, you don't want people here. So then you have these high HOAs and all these other foolish stuff. And then, okay, I don't want you over here, but I want you right here. But so I'm going to take you out of Overtown and all these other places. I'm going to put you down way south Miami, or put you in Pompano, or put you in certain places. So you're not a part of the growing economics. That's why when you were saying we have to use our money in our communities. I used to do like the weekend thing with my daughter with Black business, but now I'm just like, yeah, I'm just strategic about where I want to spend my money and who I want to spend my money with. If I offend some people who are out there, I'm sorry, but this is how I'm feeling right now.
And let me tell you, it's not about just supporting a Black business just because the business is Black owned, but it's about connecting with that owner, regardless of their color, and understanding what their mission is towards the Black community. Because if you're not about believing that our lives matter, if you're not about sewing into our communities, if you're not about buying property in gentrified areas, if you're not about creating jobs, if you're not about going back to the elementary schools and talking to our kids and telling them that they could be something bigger than a model or an athlete.
When that used to happen,
come on.
If that's not what you own, if that's not what you about, then I can't be supportive. But if you are, then we linking up and we linking up hard, and I'm trusting you and I'm loving you, and I'm gonna give you everything that I've learned, you know, and hoping that you're gonna give me everything that you've learned, and together we are going to build, because we're gonna need money and strong communities and strong families in order to really do something and stand up when a person is shot at 3 a.m. while they sleeping. We didn't even have a leg to stand in. We didn't have the politics in place. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have the money in place. We didn't have the attorneys in place. Like poor Ben Crump, he got to be woke out. Or whoever their attorneys are, but it's not.
I sent him a note. I said, I'm sorry that you so, yeah. I'm glad that you said that, because I need people to get off being Crump. I really do. I'm glad that you said that, because he's trying. I have not seen any other attorney civil he has a team, but I have not seen any who has a bigger name join him, because you know why? Because they fear the lack of their income or what's going on. None of them have wanted to be part of the cause. And that's what really hurts me. Like, you have the capacity, just like you said, to do those things. So why not join him? Why always criticize? You know, he's a civil attorney. We need other people. We need those who are out there, even locally. What can you do? You can do things as research. It doesn't mean that you'll be sitting in the courtroom, but you can still be a part of it. You know, yeah.
Oh no, that's big, baby. Because right here in Oregon, real quick, right here in Oregon, my partner, you guys know I date Kitchen Killer. She's a private chef. They call her a celebrity chef, but right now there's no celebrity. There's no athletic celebrity. Everybody in bubbles and quarantines and trying to figure out their life. Hello, somebody. And so we took over a kitchen of a local lounge that needed the food in order to recover from the hit that they took from COVID-19. We just started this. Matter of fact, when I leave here, that's where I'm going to go and meet my girls. But in building that process, we needed chefs who would want to work with the Kitchen Killer brand. And that's a hard thing for our community sometimes. It's like, did I lose my shine? Am I going to help this brand grow?
Right.
Oh my God. And you know, and all of this has to happen. And I'm like, bruh, let's do this. Let's make this money. I done mapped out a plan that's 6 figures, that's 7 figures. This is powerful. And what we got to go through to get to the goal is so disheartening. But I want to tell, see, now that lit a fire under my behind. I'm gonna just say what it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. It's like, come on, let's work together. And we found an angel. A few angels that are working hard, and they are chefs in their own right, but they're wearing Kitchen Killer shirts, and they are building this brand together, and they are making money, and they got jobs, and when they get their paychecks, it's coming from a black owner. When they wear their shirts, it's from a sister, and they protect each other in this space. And we gotta do more of that, guys, because we can't get to certain spaces alone. See, these people are fighting.
Right.
We fight people that's squatted up. Not only did they squat up, but they squatted up 100 years ago.
Different, exactly. And I'm over that. I'm over that. I really am. What you are saying is absolutely true. And I have spent this quarantine, I ain't been funny, but trying to see what they play, how they playing, and how they make these 6 figures together, brand to brand. Like she said, you got a chef that's a chef in their own right, but don't mind putting on a thing that say Kitchen Killer. You understand? They plan different. This is how you get power.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you win. This is how you get authority. This is how you take over. We got to stop this little petty shit. Like this little, let me tell you something. And this kind of off, but not really.
Damala said that gave her chills. I got to shout her out, y'all. But yes, I'm right here with you.
I became a part of this group on purpose, and I'm going to just say it's a group. And so recently I got an email from the person that's a part of the group, and they put together this package, right? It's like a branding package or something like that. And the package has this coach added to it, this coach added to it, this coach added to it. That's how they packaged it. Mm-hmm. Where all these 6 coaches, right, put this package together to sell this branding package. Now they all selling it to their own followers or whoever their email community is. That lady that sent me that email, she not worried about if I'm gonna go and look at the other coach and not follow her no more.
Right.
Follow me now.
Right.
You hear me?
Right.
All they worried about is that they all names on there. They have packaged it and they're selling it to their tribe. Because they came together and look, they said, "Oh, this was worth $500, but we're selling it to you for $50."
Right.
With all their names on it. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We gotta get there. We gotta get there and stop being afraid.
So what is the? I want to ask this question. You know, you women and women who are out there, you can answer this question for me. So what is the wall that's there when it comes to the? I talk about collaboration all the time. I'm a collaborator. I'm a behind the scene person. That's just me. You know, when I need people, like you girls, like you ladies, and anybody else, they'll come because they say, okay, Tanisha, you good people. But it's just like I want to just say, hey sis, you know, give you my hand and be smiling because I'm that smile person. But it's like, you know, I need to know because I love my sisters and I want to see us all do so well. But I want us to be able to collaborate because what you know, what's for me is for me, you know. Just because we may have the same idea, everybody executed differently. Okay, me and Crystal Chanel, we do some of the same things. She does hers differently than I do mine. She get her money how she get her money. I get my money how I get my money. When she's doing stuff, I'm there to support her. You understand what I'm saying? Even if I'm just still there. I'm a support. Oh, you here? Okay, all right. You know, I'm support because I want to support the people who are in my core, as we call them, our tribe. So if you have someone that's part of a group, I have a group called iSister that helps and that want to help and do things. I just welcome it. And you're right. A lot of times it is insecurities, Demella. It is insecurities, but I want us to get out of that insecurity stuff, get out of that ego stuff. We gotta let it, you know, what it may be.
We gotta let it go. It's messing us up.
So, Crystal, I see you sitting there smiling. You want to do this?
What? Do it.
Okay. So listen.
Go ahead.
You know, we're always gonna anybody that know me, y'all know I'm gonna keep it 100, right?
Yeah, because it's so timely. I'm trying to tag you, and I'm struggling to tag you. I said, "Oh, this is funny." So yeah, go.
Hilarious. Because Tanisha, I know you ain't know none of this. I didn't even know what we was gonna be talking about.
You didn't.
She tagged me this today and said, "Come on, we just gonna be talking about stuff." I just went in there and fixed my wig real quick and threw on a little powder. So I could
right.
And I pop on and Crystal Chanel here, right?
Right.
You don't even know me and Crystal Chanel ain't been talking for I don't know how long because we quote unquote fell out.
Right.
For the same reason.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, praise Lord.
Now I'm keeping it 1,000 with you right now.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Right. Y'all getting the expose right now, baby.
You hear me?
Hey,
I'm telling you.
Working good ways.
You heard her just say me and her got the same birthday, right? So we bonded. We were working together. She was the co-host of my Girl Talk. And then shit happened. And because I'm not one that point the finger at nobody, I'm going to say we both had parts in it.
Right.
I'm going to say we both had issues. Because I know what I did. Like I said, during this quarantine, I worked on me. You understand? And I said, you know what, Zakia? Sometimes when things happen around you, you got to look at yourself. And I had to look at myself. You understand? Right. So when our birthday came up, I thought about her. And she kept being on my mind. And that little pride thing wanted to say, don't call her. Don't call her. But I said, you know what? I text her. I said, hey, boo. I don't know if I said boo. I said, you've been on my mind. I just want to know. You think I'm thinking about you? I miss you. I love you. Something like that. Whatever.
Yeah. It was short and sweet, but it
Uh-huh.
opened the door for me to be vulnerable and be like, sis, I miss you. I love you, girl. What's up? You know, we messed that friendship up, but I wanna
Wow.
be a better person. You know, I want to be a better friend. I wanna do whatever I can on my end to reconnect. And it was just crazy because I had been thinking about her heavy. You know, and when you ask the question to
Child,
me,
y'all, listen, y'all make me speak in tongues up in here. Jesus, go ahead on.
because when you ask the question, what is the barrier? What is the thing that makes us not connect or makes us afraid to connect or connect and disconnect? You know, it feels like, you know, we're not doing what we should do as Black women to take care of each other. And so when you ask what it is, and I see the comments, some people are like, it's jealousy, it's ego, it's selfishness. And sometimes it's just life, you
Just
know.
Yeah.
It's just,
just
it's
right.
conditioning, it's culture. I don't know. And it can happen to anybody, good and bad people. And it happened to me and her. And we are sisters. Like we legit are. And we, girl, and then God was like, watch what I do. Watch I put y'all in front of each other.
And we had no. When I popped on this, like Crystal Chanel, I was just like, oh my damn.
You saw my face. I was like,
Like literally, we had no clue.
Wow.
So I know for a fact that this is bigger. You understand what I'm saying?
right. Ooh,
This
come
is
on,
bigger.
guys.
So if we gonna do this, we gotta do this like for real. We gotta stop. I don't have time to talk a good game. You understand what I'm saying?
Come
Like
on.
our people are dying. Our communities need us to get our
Mm-hmm.
shit together. I don't want to keep talking about what they're doing to us. Me and Crystal Chanel worked very well together. And people was and people were supporting us. The events was big, and then shit happened. I know for me, I wasn't, and I can tell you for me, I wasn't secure enough in who I was as a leader. I can tell you that. I know that for a fact. And I've had to own that. Because if I would have, then maybe I would have led a little bit better and been able to communicate a little bit better, and we would have been able to move a little bit better. So I had to work on me.
But, and I'm not going to try to take away none of the work you did. I'm not. But I will say this. I've had an opportunity to be reflective. And we were on some grown woman stuff. I'm not going to be profane because I want y'all to catch this. We were really ahead of our time. Like Zakia hired me to host her event that she could very well host herself. We were co-branding before we knew what co-branding was. We were collaborating even, and we were like minds. Most times you don't see that. Two marketers, two hosts, two whatever, don't really collaborate on the local level that we were on. And Zakia and I, we were breaking out of this local level and really thinking about things globally. And you may have seen it as insecurities, and maybe it was, Zakia, but I think more so than anything, we were pioneers. We didn't know how to handle the next steps. And I'm not trying to make excuses for us.
That's absolutely true.
Didn't know. And then both of us, on some transparency, because Tanisha told me she wanted to get into mental health, we have, me and Zakia, we go through mental stuff. We kind of break down. We have anxiety. Sometimes it's hard for us to step out the house. Like we probably look so fluid. Right. We probably look so fluid to people. But back in that time, we was coaching each other up like, sis, you can do this. You can get out of the house. Sometimes we on the phone with each other just to get each other to the car, because anxiety and social anxiety and showing up anxiety and being first anxiety and being strong Black woman anxiety, all of this is a real thing.
All that.
Right. Absolutely.
We're carrying it to these dynamic events and being a light, even though we're dealing with the same thing our sisters are dealing with. And at some point we succumb to it. And me and Zakia never had a verbal altercation because we are loving people.
Absolutely.
But we had this real meltdown of we don't know if we could trust ourselves, if we could trust each other, and it was rough. And we ain't talk again, girl. Yo, comments is lit. I'm watching them. They like this. Sheila, shout out to Sheila. Sheila say this conversation is a breakthrough. Baby, it is. Y'all don't know. Me and Zakia heart probably beating through our chest.
Okay. Because as Tanisha was talking, I was sitting here like.
But let me say this though. Let me say this though, and that happens. What you said, it happens very often. It happens very often because that happened to me. When you do collaborate sometimes, and you get to that next stage, both people are like, okay, so now what? That's why now that we've done those things, we can be very strategic about how we do things. And I'm not a rusher, and I've never been a rusher. People say, oh, you take your time, you're so slow. No, I'm not slow. I have to make sure that everything is in order, that there's no collapse on me mentally, physically, and financially. You know what I'm saying? I'm a jumper, I'll jump, I'll even do a cannonball splash and make waves, but at the same time, I have to be very careful. And a lot of times we get with people and then you get exhausted. It's like, okay, so what do we do? Or you get exhausted with what they want to do or what you want to do. And then it's like, okay, so what do we do? And that happens when you think about girl groups. It happens all the time. Once they get to that point, then there's a breakup, and it's never about a guy or money or anything like that. It's very something simple or just being together. And what is it that we don't have those lifetime friends? We don't have those. I know people are seasonal in our life, but some people that are like, even a recent one, I love this girl like a daughter. And I don't know what happened. She just disconnected. And I asked people, what happened? I don't know. I treat you just like that, a protector or whatever. And sometimes we feel like, well, this person I know will be in my life forever. But then things happen.
Right.
It's like, well, what is it that we can't communicate with each other as sisters, as we say we are sisters? I got my sister back, or we preach, you are my sister's keeper. We can't speak those words if we're not doing it. If we're not trying to, resolve any type of, as we would think, conflict. Because sometimes it really don't really be conflict. It's just a simple conversation that just needs to be had.
That's
right. That's it right there. It's a simple conversation. You were going to say something. I want to make sure I hear you, though, because you were going to say something.
I don't even know.
I knew you were going to do that, too, because I'm like, Zakia, that thought will leave her.
It'll leave me. If I don't say it right then, it'll come back eventually.
But that's what it is. I think it's a simple conversation with self. And, thinking about mental health and mental therapy, we don't have conversations sometimes with ourselves. We're just going with the next step. But when you have a friend, all of a sudden you got to have a conversation where your friend and with yourself, not, and the friendship is on the line, and you don't know it until you lose it. And because sometimes you don't even feel worthy. I know that was definitely my case. I didn't feel worthy of a friend or a lifelong friend, because now I got to talk to that person. I got to explain certain thoughts that I haven't sorted for myself.
Come on.
With that person. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so then now, the friendship just gets weird, because they may ask you something. I'm going to go funny here, but just so you get the point, they may ask you something like, so do you like anal? And you like, ugh, how can you talk to me like that? Because you haven't dealt with if you like anything other than missionary. But your friendships, and so the Black layers are so much bigger, but inclusive of sexual shyness that we haven't really discussed and discovered, but we still live in life. Black woman, Breonna Taylor, laying in her bed at 3 a.m. with her man, she probably was dealing with all kinds of layers that she hadn't even dealt with. Now she's shy.
At a young age.
At a young age.
Yeah.
At a young age. I keep going back to Breonna Taylor because I'm like, dang, this lady lost her life. Just I don't know. That's where I'm at today in my thoughts, like that's where I'm at. And then I'm just like, we got to be better to each other. That's it. Like I don't even know.
How does therapy look for us? I know a lot of times I think we're getting better when it comes to therapist or going to someone. But something that you said, Crystal Chanel, when we have friends, why can't we be so transparent to them? I may want to tell you, I wanted to stab, whatever. I'm just saying that, y'all. But whatever the conversation can be, can't we be so transparent to each other that the other person can just take it and leave it there? I have maybe, probably. Go ahead.
Denise just answered that question. We have to be able to be real with ourselves. We're not real with ourselves a lot of times. And people not real with their own self. How you gonna be transparent with your friend? You won't be transparent with yourself. You won't be real with yourself. You won't look your own self in the mirror and deal with your own mess or whatever it is.
Yeah. Well,
so that you can go to your friend and be transparent. And then your friend don't need to be, judgmental or make you feel bad. Like we gotta learn how to just love each other and give each other the measure of grace that we want given to us. Like we want a measure of grace, but we don't want to give it. Right?
Right.
That's it right there.
If they tell me they got a boyfriend every 3 months, I can't tell them, well, why you got a boyfriend every 3 months? That's their business. You understand what I'm saying? If they tell me, something, I may, kind of say, well, maybe, this or that. But it's not for us, like, to be so judgmental.
I want my friends to be
so hard on people, like we know all the answers. Right.
I want them to be honest, but I want them to tear me down in the process.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it is. So when we talk about what therapy looks like, girl, I had to write a note on that because I think I'm gonna have to blog about this next week. Because what does that therapy look like? And I got some points to make on that. First of all, I think therapy for me was getting together with my girlfriends on a Friday and drinking wine. And that was therapy. And we would sit and we would talk and finish a bottle or two. And we get out what we get out and we see each other when we could squeeze it in again. And then COVID hit. So I can only imagine what Black women are going through in this moment because we don't have that relief. And that was our therapy. And then secondary, we was into the church. We would be there on Sundays. If anything, we hit that. Again, COVID changed that for us. So now we more so got to be so much more intentional about having therapy so that we can be better for our sisters. I want to tell y'all what I'm doing. I'm in this writing class. These beautiful white ladies, my sisters, my friends, they started a writing class on Zoom. And it is refreshing. We go in this class, we use prompts to talk about how we feel and to encourage. She's really good at just getting our thoughts out. And we write them and we talk and we share. And the number one rule there is you can say whatever you want. You could go as dark as you want, as racist as you want, you can do whatever you want. The only thing that the class cannot do is shit on your parade. You can't shit on your own parade and nobody can shit on your parade.
I love that.
And that is the rule that keeps me in that class. I'm like, we should adopt that. That should be girl code. Like, no matter what you tell me, I could give you advice. I could say whatever I want to say, but I can't shit on your parade. I can't shit on my own. You can't let me shit on mine. If you see me with a bad self-talk, get me together real quick because that's what we can't do. And that is what binds me to that group. I go there every week so I could just cleanse my thoughts. And I know that no matter what I say, like I could say crackers ain't shit in this class. And they be like, I understand, Crystal.
Right. And you know what? That
sounds like an acting class.
So that freedom, and that's, I say that I have a little saying, and this is kind of left, but maybe not, about church, right? And I think church is free bondage. That's what I think. I'm just being honest. Because that level of freedom is what keeps your mind right.
Right.
You understand? that level of freedom is what keeps you able to just flow in who you are. That keeps you grounded, that keeps you connected, that keeps you sane. You know, it's funny we having this conversation. I put up a post today that says, when you need to vent, who do you vent to? And that's all I wanted to know. Who do you vent to?
Ooh, that's good.
And I got a lot of different comments. But when we hold all this stuff in. And that stuff come out on everybody, but in the right direction.
Correct.
Everybody feels the brunt of all of this stuff that we hold in. This up. Like we've been like, that's who we are. You know, that makes us strong and powerful and prideful. And
right.
No, that makes us crazy.
Crazy.
Listen, we so resilient till I'm resilient out. Okay, we so resilient till we're resilient out.
I'm over it. And when I'm in my right class, the first thing that I let go of is I let go of strong. I was like, I reject that adjective. I don't know if I'm strong yet. I mean, I got survival skills and I guess I'm resilient, but I don't know if I want that thing of strong. I want to focus on some other stuff. And in that class, I don't have to be a strong Black woman. And I think that we need to get rid of some of these myths. And we don't have to be. Sometimes we just want to be clueless. You ever notice sometimes your little white friends, they just be clueless. They're not accountable to this conversation. I slept with Billy. I didn't know you liked him. I'm sorry, Zakia. Like, you know what I mean? And next thing you know, them girls back at lunch.
Yep. Having drink
together. Yeah. Do we always have to be strong? I don't. Some days I don't want to be strong, and you're right. I just lay down and don't want to do nothing. I think somebody put up something, and I think I repeat this. I got 500 things to do, and I want to lay down. And that be me sometimes. I may have 5 things to do. I'm a to-do person, and I just want to lay down because I just didn't want to be mommy that day, be strong that day. I just, sometimes we just have those days, and we're not all. I just didn't want to do that. Like, go do your own thing. I didn't want to be responsible today. I want to have that nonchalant attitude, like, whatever. But what looks like therapy for me is this, because I said I need some sisters right now, that I needed to talk and be amongst and have have a tribe of other sisters. I have this thing quarterly, Beauty and Brains brunch, and I do it quarterly because that's an opportunity to meet up with my sisters, and we talk and we say we're not going to talk about business. We just talk and have a good time. I think one of them I did was on my birthday when Killer was at oh my God, Killer makes some amazing food, y'all. Jesus, but when she was at the restaurant. And that's it for me, because we're running so much. I can't do the brunch every week, but I catch it quarterly. Right. I can catch it quarterly, where we can do it, and it is never like a whole big crowd, because you'll have 20 that say and maybe 10 that come. You know how that goes. But those who are there, we feel good about it when we leave. We have good conversation. And some people don't even know each other, but it's a good atmosphere. It's just and sometimes I try to get it where it's only just us, because some people have a problem speaking and maybe other people overhearing and things of that nature. So I want you to feel comfortable, where you're in a good space that you can talk. You can talk about relationships. You can talk about, all different types of things. But that's my therapy for me is talking with, my girlfriend. Hey, what's up? And we having a conversation. I'm being transparent. I'm like, girl, this dude, whatever the case may be, and we understand each other. We hang up the phone and we move on. That's me. I don't know. That's me.
Tanisha,
but I have another question here.
Oh, go ahead. I just wanted to chime in. You got such a great audience on here. You got Shakina Glory. I believe that's the pastor with the blonde hair, thin set, real
Yeah,
pretty.
that's her.
Okay, good to see you.
Yeah.
And Sheila says that she just loves and respects you, and I just wanted to co-sign that with her. You know, because you've been this person since I met you.
Oh,
You've
thank you.
been this person, so that's really cool. And it's just such a good conversation. Your people popping off in the comments. I'm like, are y'all seeing them? This is good.
Yeah.
Well, this one person here, Shakina Glory, I can truly say that's my friend. You know, there's nothing that me and her don't discuss or hide from each other, even in our I'm about to cry, even in our weakest and lowest moments, because we all have those. Um, you know, I can talk to her. There's no judgment, there's no, because we all done been there in our life. I'm 48 years old. You know, we all done been there, done something in our life. You know,
Right.
where we should never judge anybody. Only us know our own sins. Everybody don't know some of the other sins that that we've done, and I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate anyone who comes, because I feel like if you come into my life, you in my life. I treat you like family. You in my life. You can
That's me.
call me. We can talk. Whatever. It stays there. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not gonna judge you. I don't care what you say. That's how it goes. Even with Sheila, you know, beat her time. Even with Sheila, you know, we have those conversations, and and I love it because I feel like, you know, my grandmother told me that was something that I was gifted with. So I'm always having conversations that my sisters have that I probably have already had myself, that I may have had doubt with, or had to struggle with, you know, insecurities or anything like that. But I think I've gotten in a space now, honey. I'm like you, Zakia. I'm over it. It is what it is. If we date, baby, I might throw this wig off and put it on the dresser. It is what it is. I just don't have that. I don't have that energy. You know, it's
Right.
like it's what you see, what you get. I'm not doing. You know, my friends got this done. I can't do that. I ain't doing that at no 50 years old. I'm just not doing it. You know, this is me. You know, it's either, you know, you take it or you keep it
Take
moving.
it or leave it.
But yeah, it's pretty much take it or leave it.
Like
So
I
I
don't
have
have
this one last one because Crystal, Shania, I know you got to leave to go to your event. So the
Yeah.
last one was yeah, the last one was the C word, which is commitment. Did I spell that right? Yeah, commitment. Um, the C word, which is commitment. And commitment not only just in a relationship, but commitment in our business, commitment in what we're doing, commitment being a part of a friendship, commitment being a part of a group, commitment. Some people will say, I'll be a part, or I'll do it, have that commitment that they draw. I just want us as women to be committed to each other and what we do. If you say you're gonna do it, do it. I know things come up because that's just how life is. You know,
Right.
anything can happen in life that comes up with, you know, anything. Car can happen, you know, this or whatever. Things happen. But the commitment of doing something or being a part of something, that we commit to it. Right now, in the space that we're in for the last months, everybody have taken a breather. Even I said I'm glad that the teachers even had the moment, because, you know, you guys needed. They needed that break, even though it's COVID. They needed that break. People just needed that break. Period. Even the environment needed that break. We just needed that break, even though COVID hit. Even though a lot of things may have happened to some people, they may have lost their lives, but the break was needed. But now I feel like, okay, that break is over. Me personally, it's time to get
it's
to
time to work.
moving. You know, it's time to start back to strategize. It's time to make some money. I was just saying today, you know, I'm always thinking of, okay, let me see. This is me. Let me put this here. Let me. Where can I put a solution at? Because that's how I think. Where can I put a solution at as far as Tanisha or Table Talk Media or coaching or whatever I do, not only to help and assist, but also to be profitable, because we can't just be doing stuff out here and be broke.
Right.
Amen.
Right.
Y'all hear me out there? We can't just be doing stuff out here and be broke. And I know we want to do a lot of things to help people. But let me tell you something, people who's out there, and I'm not arguing with you, people. You have to pay people what they're worth.
Period.
You know, because we can go out and buy this and do this and do this and buy this person, whatever. But I tell you what happens with when people call me on the phone, and I'm going to keep it real. They'll call me on the phone and they start talking. They say, "Let me ask you this question." I say, "If you ask me this question, I'm going to send you an invoice." And I'm serious. Because you calling me, Shakita knows. Because if you calling me for advice, that means you wanted my coaching skills, you wanted my PR skills, you want my strategic skills. You want something. You feel me, Chanel?
I do.
Listen, you feel me? You want something. So you gotta pay. So people, when y'all call people and y'all know what they do, don't be talking about, "No, I got a question. Let me ask you something. What you think about this?" No, baby. Let me send you this invoice, and then let's go into a partnership. Do it one time. I have to. I have to.
I gotta let you know that this is a business.
Absolutely. This is a bit. I'm looking at the comments. Absolutely, it is a business. So the commitment, got to be a commitment to other people. When people have businesses, we have to commit, because don't nobody go into these other establishments trying to go half and do all this and do all that. So when we go into these other establishments, these spas, these black spas, I look for them now. You know, when we go in there, we go in there and price that. If they got a Brazilian wax and they say $60, 30 minutes, you get it. Because if you go somewhere, it's $100. If they got this here, you go there, because we're doing those things now. We don't have to go separate to other people for what they do. Go ahead and get your pedicure. Go ahead and get your manicure or whatever it is that you're doing. Be committed to who we are. Be committed to us. I'm just saying that way. I mean, I should say it that way. Be committed to us. Help us. Put that back into our homes, just like we want to, put it back into your homes. I know we'll never have another Black Wall. I'm just keep it real. But we can strive.
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if it's because I have been very strategic in my affirmations, and I have been very intentional. And I'm gonna tell you, I have really been asking to just really connect with women that want to make money. So I don't know. I don't know that we won't never have another Black Wall Street, because I really feel like it's a lot of people that's ready to be millionaires. I'm one of them. Like I'm over talking. Right. Like every day, I'm like sitting down, writing and thinking about ways to just build wealth. That when I tell you, that's at the top of my brain most days, and that says a lot for me. Crystal will tell you, because I was one that was even scared to send somebody an invoice. Am I lying, Crystal?
This is the truth. I'm saying here, girl.
Wow.
I'm just shaking my head because I'm like, this is awesome. Because that's what my message is to my friends and my sisters. Girl, get this money. We can have fun. We can travel. We can do whatever we want to do. But if you call my phone and you sound like you about to talk business, then I'm going to have to give you my spiel. So I agree with you. Put that invoice out there. But we got to get this money, and you got to commit to me so I can also commit to you. Right. And so that we can build something together. But if you about to come over here half-assing and you over here trying to steal secrets or be weird or be shady, I'ma spot it, and that's it. It's a wrap. But at the same token, let's build something. You know what I mean? Let's commit to each other. My company, thank the Lord, is doing so much better. We had a really hard time with COVID. Like me and my staff, we went through it with COVID. We were having pep talks every week as far as y'all sticking there with me. Check's about to be late, but y'all sticking there with me. I got some ideas. Like we had that going on for like 3 months, from March to June or whatever. And then things started to turn around. And how did they turn around? I started to recommit to who I am and who I know I am. And I started writing things down. And I started asking God, like, I need this amount of money. I need this amount of team. I need this amount of gratitude. I need my client on the other end to respect me and be happy about me and want to work with me and not trying to dog me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people call me, they be like, I need to be in Essence magazine. Wait, ho, you ain't even got no website. Take it down a notch.
I get it all day.
You know what I'm saying? But if you commit to me, I'm going to commit to you and we can get somewhere. Will it be Essence? We're going to see. Because right now your story ain't even, but you know what I mean? But let's commit. Why don't you commit to building your story?
Keep it real. Keep talking.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep it real. Keep talking.
Because if you do that, I got you. We're going to go as far as I can take you, and I'm going to take you there in love, and I'm going to take my time with you. And a white-owned marketing company may not understand your spirit. They may not understand why you ain't got a website, but you've been selling the trunk out the back of your trunk for the past 18 years. They may not understand and treat you the way you need to be treated, but bro, I got you. I know what you're trying to do. I see the restaurant that you're forming. Absolutely. I see the recipes that you figured out. You know what I mean? Like, and so that's why we need each other. So I agree with Zakia. There could be a Black Wall Street because I'm coming with a different energy. I'm coming for every single Black business. Yeah, these Black businesses, these Black visions, these Black listeners, these people that's on here that want to do something. I'm gonna tell you, I'm cutting the crap and I'm going right to where we need to go. Because the other thing is I've committed to myself. So I know I don't have time to play with you.
Period.
When I'm sitting in consults now, I lead with the money. You know how you normally build up and then get to the money? I'm like, I'm gonna tell you the money now, because where I really want to spend time is telling you what you really need. And what you really need before you even figure out my money is to commit to yourself and commit to this community, and then to go figure out how much money does commitment look like, and then we can start there. That's where I'm at.
A lot of people fall off after the business. Yeah, they fall off because sometimes they sure, and it's like, you know, you're not going to get there overnight. You know, you tell your clients or whatever, just like you said, I want to be in Essence, I want to be in this. And I said, okay, that's fine, but I got to have a good pitch. And you're not there yet. You know, we have to build you up first. And I know people feel like every product that they have is the best in the world. And it is the best for you. Every product is the best in the world. And I'm okay with that because I want you to have that energy. You understand what I'm saying?
Right,
but we still have to make people aware of what your product is. And it not only it takes the person who's doing it, myself, either one of you ladies, but it also takes you, that person or that client, as a commitment to push it out there also. Don't just sit there and fold your legs and say, let me see what you're going to do.
Let me see what you're going to do.
I even put that in my contract now. I put that. I put a whole lot of my country. Yeah, because you ain't finna have me out here hustling, and you just sitting there like, let me see what you're gonna do. No, you got to move too. We got to move things together.
And Tanisha, and I know we an hour in, so I know we gotta go through, but we drop it right now, and that's what Sis will do, right? Sis say, "Oh, I hired Tanisha, I hired Zakia, so I'm gonna sit back and twiddle my thumbs and wait to see what she would produce." And even that is a bad mentality. Get your boots on the ground with her. Ask, you know what I mean? Like, be in this thing together. This thing together. And I was telling a girl that today. I was like, look, you keep me accountable. Let's be on this call together. When I say it's a meeting to talk about your assets, whatever they are, be present. Don't be on a jog. Don't be out hanging with your boyfriend. Be committed to you. You know what I mean? And so we could get somewhere. But if you think I'm about to carry you all the way to the top on my back, like I'm the celebrity creator,
that's stop
playing.
That would take me into another conversation, but I'm not gonna go there.
I know, that's why I said.
I'm gonna have to just do that one little clip of what we just said and repost it, so my clients and other people get.
Okay.
Listen. For real though, but you know, ladies, it has been totally awesome, and thank you, ladies, for even accepting me not knowing, you know, whatever the situation. But I'm glad that we talk. I know that we feel better. You know, I know that we feel in a better space. You know, I thank God for, you know, whatever divine that He was putting into this, because I first said Zakia, and then I was like, who else? I had two people. I was like, let me call Krista Chanel. And she was like, yeah, I'm in a different time zone. So yeah. So I'm just blessed that it happened that way. These types of conversations. Anytime, there's some subjects, ladies, let's come together, and hopefully our next meeting we'll have more ladies that interact with questions or whatever, because we have to be vulnerable. You notice what I said? I didn't say transparent first, but I want us to be very vulnerable for who we are and how we feel. Because guess what? My other sister and the next woman feeling the exact same thing.
Right.
And I feel
Absolutely.
better, all right, from talking with you ladies. Is there anything else you would like to say? Give your information, what you're a part of so people can follow.
I'll say so Zakia can close us out because she knows how to take us home. But I just want to say that you're a blessing, Tanisha. Thank you for having us. I needed to see Zakia today, and I tried to video chat her, but she was busy. So when I saw her, I was like, oh, look at God. So I just want to say you're a blessing. God really used you in an incredible manner. And hopefully you can find me on your show when you do this again, because this is powerful. This voice needs to be heard. I'm looking at your comments and the people who stayed on. This is seemingly last minute, you know what I'm saying? But we need to have more of this dynamic. And I don't know. I'm putting you in charge. I nominate you. So y'all don't get my information. You get Tanisha's information. And hopefully she'll have us back and have me back. Because can't nobody carry a conversation like me and Zakia. I'm just telling you.
It's the truth.
All right.
It's the absolute truth.
I love it then.
It's the absolute truth. And that even kind of goes back. When you mentioned about somebody said about seasonal friends and lifelong friends. I'm gonna tell you something. One of the things, and I've never said this to Crystal.
Yeah.
One of the things that bugged me the most about us not talking was how genuine our first meeting was.
Yeah.
And so I knew it wasn't fake. I knew it was very real. And so I just knew it was something that we had done wrong to come away from that initial first meeting. You understand? Right. And so that's what bugged me so much. That's what bothered me so much, because I was like, God, our first meeting, me and Crystal were sitting there talking to each other in tears almost, just because we connected so well as Black women. And we had so much in common. And then we found out we had the same birthday. And then we celebrated our birthdays. It was just a lot.
Yeah.
And so we were growing. And so I want to admonish ladies.
That was a key word. You were growing.
We were, and so that I want, you said something, be vulnerable. It took vulnerability before we even got on this call for me and Crystal, because she didn't have to respond. I didn't have to text. She didn't have to respond. Mm-hmm. She didn't respond with a dry hey. She responded, hey, I've been thinking about you too. You understand? And then just today, because she was supposed to send me some pictures, I said, I just wanted you to know I'm still waiting on those pictures. And you know why I did that? Because I was intentional to make sure that she knew I cared about what she had said to me. I didn't want her to, I was just, doing that out of just some, because we do that. We do that out of some grandiose trying to be fabulous. No, I was very sincere. That was about an hour or so before we got on here.
Yeah.
Right? And so I just want to admonish us to take away from this whole Breonna Taylor thing, to see that as Black women, we need each other. And that's not always easy. This is not the popular conversation. It's not. It's easier to say, well, I ain't gonna destroy my pizza. Okay, I mean, I get it, because I'm into mental health. I get it. But when that little still small voice tells you, let that go. Let it go. Because there's some blessings trying to get to you at the end of the day. I can't walk around here saying I want to be a millionaire and I'm about to do this and I got isms and schisms everywhere. No, because when I get that money, it's some things for me to do in this community where my mind got to be right. My heart got to be right. So that means I got to let that stuff go. It's just not worth it. That's how we're going to build. We're going to build by putting stuff down. Stop thinking we so perfect that we don't make no mistakes, and we never hurt nobody either. Because if
Right.
you just start right there, we'll make that phone call. So somebody out there need to make that phone call, text that person who you ain't talked to in a long time, because that might just be the person that's gonna help you get your millions. Hear me and hear me good.
Hey, Zakia, Tanisha, I know you're trying to close, but I got to tell you how, because see, when God starts showing up, we can't let it go because he started doing some stuff and we have to acknowledge it. So I got to just say this. Check this out, Zakia. Do you recall? I know you do because me and you recall stuff. But do you recall you said to me you wanted to have a conversation with women where they kind of just aired some of this stuff that was causing blockage, some of this stuff that was causing little cat fights and silly stuff, and things that was just blocking the major picture and the bigger movement. She said this to me some years ago. I don't know how many years. It could be like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know.
Exactly.
Because I had so much isms and schisms that I was not getting ready to try to unpack. And as her friend, I was going to have to unpack it. I was like, no, 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 no. And fast forward, and we would do, if we were to do it, it would be around this time of the year. It would be September, around this time of the year, if we were to have that conversation that Zakia requested. And so now here we are at that time of the year where the world is shut down and we probably couldn't have this conversation the way Zakia and I would have imagined it because of the world being shut down. But God says, I bet you one thing, the job will get done anyway, no matter how I got to do it. Let me show you what happens when I'm in control. Because what we need to know is when an idea comes to us, and I should have known this, it's not us, it's God, like giving us the idea. We got to birth it. We got to do the work. We got to carry it forth. And so Zakia, she came to me, her friend, but I had all kinds of no's. And so she couldn't carry forth what she wanted, you know, what God downloaded or requested of her or asked of her, whatever, however we see that, because of me, right? I'm not the devil, I'm not a bad person, but the point is, I placed something on her, and instead of her just going and doing, she asked me, it was pushback, it didn't happen, but God said, watch it happen anyway.
Right.
Watch I put it on the World Wide Web. Watch it be y'all too. Watch it be transparent and real. Let me show you. And you got to take a moment and breathe that in, because it's like, oh,
absolutely.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Humbled.
I'm telling you.
Amazing.
One more thing. I was supposed to be teaching. When I was teaching, I clicked like on Tanisha thing today when she said table talk. 5 minutes later, Tanisha was in my inbox saying, you going to come on today?
I was.
It wasn't a long, hey, I need you to come on and talk. It was just, you going to come on today? Yeah. Okay. It was short and sweet.
Same thing. Because first of all, me and Zakia are similar in that we can't ask a bunch of questions because you don't understand. We got to deal with us. We can't deal with you. We got other stuff mentally that we got to deal with. So same with me. She hit me up through the inbox. She got my number. We talked. Mm-hmm. She hit me up through the inbox. Hey, can you come on this thing? I don't even know what this thing is, but let me take my time.
Same.
Yeah, I'll be there. I had to calculate my time zone real quick. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's the only free moment that I have today. And that was one of the reasons I said, yeah, I said, it's weird. I'm booked the whole day. This would have been my lunch break or, you know, my transition moment. I said, this is interesting because I'm trying, y'all, pay attention. Because when God starts to move, you got to pay attention. You got to be in it. You know, I could have missed my
absolutely. It's the energy.
Girl, hey, Sheila says she's supposed to be working out, but she can't get off the live. It's just that powerful. Girl, I'm telling you. And if you're on the live, and it's been a dozen or so of us back and forth, this message is for you. We could not have planned this.
Replay it. Yeah, replay it. You'll hear some good conversation and some transparent conversation.
Me too.
Over tears and all of that. So I know that our hearts, so I know that we're full because I can see it in the faces. And I'm sorry, Crystal should have somewhere to go. But I know you'll probably take a moment before you go there because you got to drive. But I know that our hearts are full. And sometimes that's what it takes. For me, it takes praise and worship. That's my thing, you know, and prayer and station. But I want us to support each other. Whoever's out there, you know, I do things. I have small group sessions on Wednesday, and I do that I don't want to say for free, but I do it with the church. But but I ask anybody else do they want to join, and it it benefits me that God has given me a gift that I can shepherd someone else, and I know that you ladies have that same gift as well. Only because I see the connection of the people who you're with, and that's what attracts me to people. I have to go with the energy, and that's what I said when you click like. I said that's exactly what I said. Um, and I have to go with the energy. People always ask me, why do I dance? I don't care where I'm at, a song come on, who I'm with, a dude, family, whatever, a good song come on, I get up, start dancing. I said because I like the flow.
That's
I like
me.
movement. I like energy. That's me,
All of us.
and I
All of
know,
us.
you got energy.
Yes,
Crystal
ma'am.
has energy, and huh?
And you said that well.
And
I
that's
would
for the
have never
track.
knew
So
how to say
thank you,
that. But
ladies.
that's right.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to do another date then, since you guys are willing, and maybe we'll have someone as a guest. That that's real. That's all I'm gonna say, ladies. You're gonna have to be real. You know,
Right.
I'm at a stage in my life. That's the only thing I can do right now. Even if I date, it's Tanisha. That's pretty much it. But I thank everyone for joining us. If you're just now listening, make sure you go to the replay. If any of these people have any like pages, make sure to like it. Like Table Talk Media on Facebook. Um, Women, there's an awesome movement, Girl Talk Global, right? Girl
You
Talk
got
Global. Make sure you like that on Facebook as well. Crystal Chanel has a like page. Press Release Marketing. Make sure you like that as well. And I want to thank all you ladies for being a part of the show. And I just want to say good night and goodbye to everyone. Y'all hold on, stay there. And good night to everybody. Good night, everybody.
Good night.